One of the source strain was actually from the albino. It's the orange albino.
Do you think
This is not the original one. I did not maintain the string going on after I changed that for breeding purpose. I would like to show the entire setup over here. This is a very long customized tank, which it has a shallow water. It's not very tall, but it has the plants and everything's going on the top. You can see all the way from the top. It's more like a terrarium kind of concept instead of aquarium, but it works very well for guppy since it provides the loot. There's no actually plant in the water, but there are lots of stems and the roots in the water for them to hide. I do not have much filter heads here. I have a small submerged filter here just to circulating the water. It does not do much filtrations rather than just circulations. I think the heavy plant over here is enough to filter and circulate the water. I do water change 50% every week. I do stock a lot of fish in this tank, as you can see from here. So it seems balanced. Again, the plant definitely help a lot, especially those ones that grow on top of the water. The original pair I started the program with for the albino, it's very close to this albino from the bright poppy, except it's all orange. The bright poppy does have tail with patterns, so that's with the black spots, so that's why you're still seeing not solid orange colors on the tail. The reason I try to use the albino in the stream to start with is try to dilute or get rid of the black from some of the other stream. I could use, or I should use, the white albino instead of the orange-red albino, but at that moment I couldn't find any white albino available. But I more care about is the albino gene to take out the black. So I'm settled with any albino strains I can find on the market by that time. So that's why I started with the orange albino, and
actually the rest works well. Transnow is more close to wild guppy. I'm pretty sure the original pairs has been bred in captivity for many generations. So either guppy fish can keep the wild and ancient gene in all the captivity strains, or the original pairs has been exposed to wild or close to wild guppy at a certain time.
One of the source strain was actually from the albino. It's the orange albino. This is not the original one. I did not maintain the string going on after I changed that for breeding purpose. I would like to show the entire setup over here. This is a very long customized tank, which it has a shallow water. It's not very tall, but it has the plants and everything's going on the top. And you can see all the way from the top. It's more like a terrarium kind of concept instead of aquarium, but it works very well for guppy since it It provide the loot. There's no actually plant in the water, but there are lots of stems and the roots in the water for them to hide. I do not have much filter heads here. I have a small submerged filter here just to circulating the water. It does not do much filtrations rather than just circulations. I think the heavy plant over here is enough to filter and cycle in the water. I do water change 50% every week. I do stock a lot of fish in this tank, as you can see from here. So it seems balanced. Again, the plant definitely help a lot, especially those ones that grow on top of the water. The original pair I started the program with for the albino, it's very close to this albino from the bright poppy, except it's all orange. The bright poppy does have tail with patterns, so that's with the black spots. So that's why you're still seeing not solid orange colors on the tail. The same as the original pair for the albino. I do not have the original black mascal I used for the male side. This is not the black mascal. This is a new strain I created. You can see from the video, the male is actually blue. It's a metal blue, so I call it a blue lazuli. This is the closest version I have to the original black mascal. One thing I would like to mention about the black mascal I had before for the original pair, it should be a solid, as the mascal stands for. It should be a solid black color fish. But when I introduced that with the albino orange, which is another solid black fish, solid fish, as I expected, it's supposed to come out with a solid white. Actually, the Transnow has orange, more like the body is more orange, very less white appears on that. It's either the stream I used for the black mascal, they may introduce a certain other lines in the breeding, or the orange albino I used might have different genes in there. But anyway, if you ever want to start a breeding program, knowing the source pair is very important. Otherwise, you will walking into some unknowns. You might end up with a lot of different mutations.
I want to address the question from the early part of the video. I used the albino female to cross with the male black mascal. The reason is obvious. I wanted to see if the albino can dilute the black mascal's black color. Let's talk about the development process. Start with the female. After the couple generation, I got the two majority version of female. One is this gray body and the other is the orange body, or both with black eyes. I picked the orange body and I keep developing the orange body female to get rid of the orange portion of the tail to make it the more white feeling. The male required a lot of work. It started with this great dirty look body and color, but one thing excited me. I was looking for a white color fish, and I do see some of the white I call the pigment on the fish. So I use this male to continue with the stream. After a couple generation breeding, I start seeing more white, especially on the edge of the tail and on the dorsal fin. The body seems getting also more white colors as well. The center of the tail shows the orange part, so I keep that going. After the many more generations, I breed with the orange female. I start seeing this orange color more and more, and clean up the body, and I start seeing the white part enhanced in the tail a lot more, and it finally give me a version of the Transnow that I can continue with. The rest of the work it's easy. I just need to keep selecting the males with the white tail and go from there. Took about 8 generations to establish the Transnow stream. During the process, I do have a lot of mutations on blue bags. I do see a albino comes back in the 3rd or 4th generation. I do see some black mascal actually come back, like the male is completely black into the later generations as well. Some of the mutations are beautiful fishes, so they are not get wasted. I do share it with my friends. They keep in the display tank, or I do have a large display tank to host them. One thing I would like to mention about the development process for a new stream. For the Transnow, ever since the beginning, I know what type of fish or how the fish gonna look like in the final version. So that gives me a goal that I can enhance with. So during the stages, I just pick the characters that met the final goal, and I'll keep enhancing that character from the breeding, from the selective breeding. So that makes the process fairly easy. It still took about 8 generations, but I barely need to cross back and reverse the process. For some other streams, I tried many times to pick up the fish individuals from the mutations. The individual looks beautiful. I don't know what I would like to create, but I think I can just using the individual to see what can come out from the breeding. It ends up, most of them end up with keep switching from one individual to another, and it just cannot continue to create a stream with it. Also, the mutations are unstable genetically. The offsprings are going to look different from colors, patterns. It will be really hard to work with such fish to establish a new stream. If you ever want to establish a new stream of guppy, you should pick the final version you want to create and focus on the enhancement. And you should start with a stable stream guppy so you can control the offsprings and outcomes.
I really enjoy working in my fish room to create new line of guppies as a hobby, and I need to spend a couple hours every day to process videos and images and create storage so I can share with all of you. The subscription and the participation are my best support, and for sure a couple espresso at night also helps. Hope you enjoy our story on Transnow Part 5 about the source pairs and the stream development process. In our next video, I will introduce all kinds of mutations.